folks. Closing time.
Oh, look at this shot. You'll never sink this in a million years. Guy thinks he's the next Fats Brown. Come on, let's get out of here.
Hey, Joe, how come he gets to stay?
Because he asks nice. Now get going.
I'm off to Mulvaney's. Anybody for a beer? Hey, Jesse.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? An impossible shot, but I made it. The right stuff, the right draw, perfect position. And what do I get? Fats Brown, Fats Brown. Well, I'm sick of it, Fats Brown. I'm the best pool cue on Randolph Street. Me, Jesse Cardiff, and everybody knows it. Fats was good. So he was good. But he's dead. Do you hear me? He's dead. He's been dead for 15 years, but every time I turn around, I hear about him. That was pretty good, Jesse, but Fats was better. Fats was the best, Jesse. Fats Brown is dead. If he was alive in this room, I could beat him. You'd see, I'd give anything to play him one game. I'd show you who's best. One game. One lousy game.
At your service.
Jesse Cardiff, pool shark, the best on Randolph Street, who will soon learn that trying to be the best at anything carries its own special risk, in or out of the Twilight Zone.
You called?
But you're
Dead? Not really. As long as people talk about you, you don't really die. As long as people speak your name, you continue. The legend doesn't die because the man does.
This is impossible.
Nothing's impossible. Just some things are less likely than others, that's all.
This isn't a rib. You're him. You're
James Howard Brown. See, my friends call me Fats. Now, I know it's a shock, but you called me. I didn't call you.
I didn't mean that it...
It's just a lot of talk.
I was only...
You like to play with fire, but you don't like to cook. Is that it? You know that you're not as good as you claim to be. You know deep down inside that you're second rate.
Hey, hold on.
Strictly second rate. What, are you afraid? Look, I come a long way. I don't like to be fooled with. I meet guys like you all the time. A little knack, a little skill, a little style. But when the heat's on, you choke. Excuse me.
You've never seen me play. How you know I can't beat you? It is possible, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's possible. But you ain't gonna do it with your mouth.
All right, fat boy, dead or alive. I'll tell you something. You may be some tin god, but I think you're just a big balloon waiting for somebody to put a needle in you. Well, I'm that somebody. This is a needle.
So you play me then.
Rack 'em.
Steaks?
Steaks?
Yeah, there's something to make the game a little more interesting.
And you're all of it. Hey.
Use your brains, kid. What good is that to me?
And what?
Something to make my long journey worthwhile.
Name it.
You said that you'd give anything to play with me. Anything?
What are you talking about, pal? Just what kind of stakes are you talking about?
Life or death.
What?
You beat me, you live. You lose, you die. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how much faith you have in yourself. You don't want to be the best bad enough, kid. When I was your age, I'd have jumped at the chance. But then again, I wasn't second rate.
Hey, hold on. You say I don't want to be the best bad enough? You're wrong. Do you know how many nights I slept on this table? Yeah, I did that. I made a deal with the owner. That way I could practice after the place closed. I haven't seen a movie in years. I haven't read a book. I haven't dated a girl because it would take too much time from this table.
That's a lot of talk. You'll never know till you risk everything.
Stop pushing! Wait! Don't go.
Then you accept the terms. Life or death.
Rack the balls.
I had this specially made for me in St. Louis. Rock maple, ebony. Cost me $600. I've been making a living from it for about 25 years.
What's the name of the game? 9-ball? 8-ball?
Rotation.
Get out of here. Nobody plays that.
I do. What's mine? Not up to it?
I'm up to it. I know the rules. 300 points. You toss for that break?
Sure.
Call it.
Tails. Change your mind? You can, you know. Heads. My break. Two balls on the rail. A perfect break. No advantage given. Now it's your turn to scatter the balls.
Do something with that.
Looks like you're sewed up. It'll cost you if you don't connect with the one ball.
Bank. Two rails, 2-ball corner pocket. Did you see that, fat boy? Funny. No man can rise to the occasion when his life is at stake. 2-ball, 2 points.
Not bad.
It was great! You're like all the others. You keep trying to bring me down. When I was a kid, there were plenty of guys like you. Guys that were good at things. Like music, basketball, arithmetic. They'd do everything they could to make me feel this high.
But you fooled them, didn't you?
Right. I knew that somewhere there was something I could be good at. I had the eye for it.
What happened to it?
5 ball, you scratch. And that'll cost you points.
Your shot.
Points. You have 7.
Game's young yet, my friend. Very young. Shoot. Rack them, please. 15 ball in that pocket, and a perfect break at the same time. One. And 2.
You need every ball on the table to win. I only need one of them.
You know, Jesse, there's more to life than this pool hall. I mean, it's not right for you to keep yourself cooped up here like this. I mean, you ought to get out a little more, see what's going on outside.
You didn't become the best by sitting on a park bench. You spent plenty of time with a cue in your hands.
Yeah, of course I did, but I still had a life. I mean, I've been to places where they never even heard of pool. I know. I don't look the part, but I've made love. I've watched sunsets. I've swam in the ocean. And when I think of all the beautiful things that there are to do in this world, it hurts me to see you rotting away. Because that's what you're doing. You're rotting in this dark room.
You're lying. You're trying to distract me. That's low. You did that on purpose. You make me miss.
A little gamesmanship, a little pressure, and you come apart. That's Kent stuff. To break your concentration, you go wild.
That's it. The game ball. All my life, I've waited for this moment. Sink it, and I beat you. I become the greatest.
If you sink it.
You're sweating. Why are you nervous?
For reasons you probably wouldn't understand.
Oh, I understand. It means a lot, doesn't it? Even to a dead man. To have your name up there as the unbeatable champion of all time.
Well, it carries a certain satisfaction, yes.
I'll give you a shot at my crown, Jesse. But only if you're willing to stake your life on the game. Couldn't be just a friendly game, could it?
Well, I take him as I get him. It's not just a friendly game to you. It's a life or death thing. So I acted accordingly. You see, the champions and the legends serve a purpose. They're an incentive. They're a challenge.
I don't need no challenge.
Everybody needs a challenge. The great musicians, they're better. They're better because of Bach. They're better because of Beethoven, Mozart. See, I'm just a pool player. But I'm the best.
You were the best. What are you waiting for? Get it over with. You said life or death.
No, you really didn't expect me to kill you, did you?
You said if I'd won, I'd live. If I'd lost, I'd die.
And you will. As all second-raters die. You'll be buried and forgotten without me touching you. See, if you'd have beaten me, if you'd have beaten me, you would have lived forever.
You tricked me.
No. No, you just have to be tested under pressure, that's all. Any man can be a marksman if the target doesn't shoot back.
Wait! It's not over! I haven't given up. I'll practice. Night and day. I'm still alive. I can be better. I will be better. From me again, Fat Sprout.
Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime. And departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time, on the earth as we know it, and in the Twilight Zone.
Mr. Stevens, good morning. You ready to take your test? Okay. I'll help you. Out. Okay, just step up on the treadmill, please. First foot. Good. Now, we're going to start out very slowly. Ready? And start. Good. That's not so hard, is it? That's very good. How about a little faster? Good work.
Don't be deceived by the youthful appearance of our subject, Darius Stevens. He abused his body for 79 years. Now he's walking on his own bought and paid for 2 feet, down a path he hopes will lead him into a new life.
This is sick. The man is 79 years old, for God's sake.
And there's no reason why he can't live for another 79.
With an artificial brain? You've turned him into a robot. What does that prove?
No. He's not a robot by any means. He's human.
It's incredible.
Back in the 80s and early 90s, this would have been impossible. But now, with ultra-miniaturization, the sky's the limit.
Well, it seems to me the limit is good sense, and you've overstepped it by a long shot.
Michael, please.
No, I mean it. I mean, this experimenting with people's heads, it's outrageous. Go on, admit it, Wilson. You've never done this operation before on a human. I mean, what might work for a monkey won't necessarily work on a man. Even my father.
It's true. Your father was the first human to receive a total brain implant. However, if things go as expected with the last neurological tests, he'll be ready to lead a normal life within days.
Normal?
Essentially, this is Darius Stevens. We reduced all the memories, all the facts, all the powers of reason, even the feelings that comprise what we knew as Darius Stevens into this microdisc.
My husband has one of those in his head?
No, this was just an interim step. We had to digitalize the data. Then, I'm sorry, I can't explain this without getting technical. He thinks, therefore he is.
Oh, how philosophical of you, Doctor. But let me address another question. As I understand it, my father is just about now 60% machine by weight. Does that sound very human to you? Well, maybe I'm asking the wrong person. You're a mechanic. You're a man of medicine.
I don't think we need to discuss this any further.
Thank you for everything, Doctor.
We're not out of the woods yet, Anita. Darius was a very active man. It'll be your job to see he doesn't overdo it.
I will.
See you later.
So, when is the Tin Man getting back from physical therapy?
Michael, I've had just about enough of your cynical attitude. Sounds to me like you'd rather have him dead.
Oh, really?
It wouldn't have anything to do with you wanting to take over his company, would it?
The fact is, the man is brain dead. And at the very least, he is not competent enough to manage his own affairs.
The man is your father.
No, he was my father. But this bunch of circuits and tubes and wires and
Now, you
pumps are
get this
nothing.
straight, Michael. As long as I am in control of his medical care, I don't want you or anyone else interfering.
You don't say so. Let me tell you something, Anita. He was my father for 50 years. He was your husband for 6. You tell me whether I can interfere or not. The man is dead. I accept it. Why can't you?
I look pretty good for a dead man, wouldn't you say? Michael.
You look wonderful, darling.
Thank you. I feel terrific. What are you staring at? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, Michael has his opinions as to whether or not you're actually here.
Maybe you're expecting the Frankenstein monster. Hey, Wilson is a Harvard man, but he's not that bad. Hey, come on now. Don't ever forget I'm still your father, right? You're my son.
Well, I've got to be going. Stevens Incorporated can't run itself.
Don't worry, Michael. I'll be back tomorrow. And call New Orleans about that Jensen order. Don't forget to tell Harris about the sales meeting in Phoenix. And have Stein drop some projections on the Western region. I want them on my desk by the end of the day. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Susie, would you come in here, please?
I hope you took your vitamins. You're going to need them just to keep up.
Okay, Susie, there's a couple of things I want you to do for me today.
Knock, knock.
Anita. All right, we'll talk after lunch, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were so busy.
No problem. Just give me a second.
Oh, now you've got to learn to slow down, darling. Dr. Wilson said you should ease into it.
Yeah, Dr. Wilson. Well, this is business, and if you snooze, you lose. Great. Okay. Where would you like to have lunch?
Well,
Excuse me. I hope I'm interrupting.
Michael. Larry, nice to see you. You know my wife, Anita? So what can I do for you gentlemen today?
I'm here to enact the company's succession plan.
What are you talking about? You can't do that unless I'm dead or sick. Now, do I look sick to you, son?
Doesn't matter how you look. See, that computer looks fine, but it's neither alive or dead. It's a machine like you. I'm taking over.
Like hell you are. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm more alive than I ever was. Is that why you're here, Larry? Would you smell a little blood in the water?
Insulting my attorney won't do you any good. He's here for a purpose. Do it.
Are you Darius Stevens?
Now, that's kind of a ridiculous question, even from you, Larry. Hey, what's this?
It's a summons to appear in court.
You left me no choice.
What are you trying to prove, Michael?
What am I trying to prove? That Darius Stevens is dead.
This is all new territory for the law, Darius.
There must have been cases before this. Some precedent must have been set by now.
The rights of patients who've been kept alive on machines have been established over and over and over, but there has never been a test case involving a human being who is more than 50% machine.
Well, what does having a few artificial organs and joints have to do with it? I don't understand.
Well, that's not exactly the point. Nobody begrudges you an artificial heart or liver or kidneys. What's at issue is your brain, and that's a very gray area. Pardon the pun.
That is ridiculous. You wouldn't say that someone with an artificial leg wasn't human.
But your leg doesn't do your thinking for you. As far as the law is concerned, when your brain is dead, you're dead.
But I am not dead. And with this brain, I can do the work of 3 men.
Being superhuman may in fact work against you.
But I'm everything I ever was, only better. Everything I felt and thought with my biological brain, I still think and feel. And what makes me most human, what makes any of us human at all, is that drive to live. And I have it. I have it inside of me.
Obviously. But what we're talking about is a power grab. And you are up against your son. And he has a lot of cards in his hands.
Damn it! This is my company. I fought to make it what it is, and I'm going to keep it. Keep it.
I'll do what I can. I've already got my staff working on it. Just relax.
Just relax? My own son, is contending that I'm dead.
We know better, don't we?
Well, I'm not going to sit on my hands, Dave. I'm going to do a search for any legal precedent that is vaguely related to this. I can do it faster than your staff.
Fine.
Come on. I can do this 10 times as fast.
I am processing the data within normal specifications.
Well, increase your specifications. What did I do with that readout?
I can't believe it.
Oh, hi.
Don't oh hi me. The doctor said you should take it easy.
Well, in addition to my legal problems, I have a business to run and a wife to support. I wouldn't be much good to you if I was broke.
Well, you won't be much good to me if you're dead either.
Honey, I'm really up against it now.
I know. I can't believe Michael would do this.
Well, we have to believe it. The hearings start in a week. I'm going to need your help and understanding. I'll be pulling some long hours to get ready for this.
Are you okay, darling?
Yes, I'm all right. Why?
It's the way you're talking. You're repeating words.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it. I'm probably just tired.
Darling, we have enough money to live on. Why don't we just turn our backs and walk away?
I can't do it. It's the principle of it.
Well, you can count on me to help you in any way I can. I'm going to fix myself a drink. How about you, Dave?
Oh, thanks. I gotta go home. I've seen so little of my family in the last couple of weeks, my wife thinks I have a woman on the side.
Darling, can I fix you anything?
No. I was hoping we could go over the Supreme Court opinions. There's one in particular
Give
that
me
I
a break. We're doing fine.
Okay. Where do we go from here?
Day after tomorrow, we'll present our concluding arguments, then it's out of our hands. But tonight, I'm going to go home and get some rest. I think you ought to, too. You sound exhausted. I know I am. Good night.
Good night, Dave. You didn't even say goodbye to Dave.
I'm going over these opinions. I'm a little bit preoccupied right now. Why don't you go home?
Darius Stevens, don't you dare try to dismiss me like that. Look, I'll read these, and you read those.
I'm glad you're not doing research for the other side. Darling, wake up. It's time to go home and go to bed.
What?
I'll come back tomorrow and finish my reading.
Don't you ever let up.
You know, what they say, the early bird catches
The world. Are you okay?
I guess I'm just tired. I think you...
Bad sector. Invalid file name. I think you better call the doctor. 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 Retry bad entry. Invalid error. Invalid error. Retry. Bad sector.
Just came to see for myself. My, how the mighty have fallen.
I hope you're happy, Michael.
Me?
You did this. You and your power-grabbing attorneys.
Calm down and don't take it so personally.
To you, this is just business. But you're going to have to live the rest of your life with the knowledge of what you did to your own father.
I didn't do this. He did it all by himself.
What's happening? What is it? What does it mean? What is happening? What's happening?
She just died. Doctor, we have renal failure.
I knew we should have shut his kidneys down when we first came in. Power drain is just too much.
Losing systolic pressure.
What does that mean?
Anita, Michael, wait outside.
Wilson, I think I have a right to be here, and I'd like to...
Outside now.
How is he, Doctor?
Anita, I'm sorry. We lost him.
I want to be with him.
Of course. Go ahead.
So what finally killed the Superman?
Can't explain it for sure. His CPU shut down completely.
What do you suppose caused that?
Whether it's overload or fatigue, I don't know for sure. Maybe we'll know more after the post-mortem.
Well, Doctor, I have just one more question.
Yes, Michael. This time he really is dead.
Thank you. I'll make the arrangements.
Anita,
Darius.
are you alone?
Yes.
Well, obviously things didn't work out like I planned them.
But I thought you were...
Dead? Oh, no. There's still some kick left in this old man yet. Damn Wilson and his prototype anyway. I knew a Harvard man couldn't pull it off.
Darius, it really is you.
You're darn right. But you're going to have to be my arms and legs now. We have a real fight ahead of us, Anita.
fight?
Oh, you didn't think I was going to take this lying down, did you?
But are you really alive?
Well, that's what we're going to have to prove, isn't it? Now, first, I want you to fill me in on everything that's happened the last few days. Then I want you to go down to the Hall of Records and bring all that information to Dave so he can compare that data with the data recorded at the hospital. Then you'll have to bring Wilson into it because he signed my death certificate. We have a good case.
Darius Stevens, the product of a new generation of medical miracles that began with false teeth, expanded into prosthetic limbs, and reached near godhood in plastic surgery and mechanical hearts. As we continue to second-guess and improve upon nature, we are reminded that there is more to being alive than mere flesh and blood. In the Twilight Zone.
Helping the next man this happens to.
Alex. General? Ranks later, all right?
So what's the job? With all the security around here, you think we're back in the Manhattan Project.
2 months ago, this was a research lab. Government contract, particle physics, that sort of thing. Nothing unusual. Then something happened. The research team was running a new experiment on wormholes, theoretical subspace corridors like black holes, go anywhere in the galaxy in a second. Things got out of hand. When they cleared away the rubble, they found what's on the other side of that wall. Here. Better put these on. They'll help a little, but try not to stare directly into it. My God. When they found it, we brought in scientists from all over the place. Cornell, NASA, JPL. They've poked and prodded and scanned. The high IQ types from Caltech said terminology is irrelevant. I called it a gate. They didn't argue.
A gate? To where?
We don't know. Hell, we're not even sure how it got here. All the data from the experiment was wiped out in the explosion. But somehow that equipment in there is generating it, maintaining it. Well, we'll probably figure it out in time, but right now it's as if we've unlocked a door and forgotten the combination. So if we close it, we may not be able to open it again. We have to know what's on the other side of that wall, Alex. That's why we called you. The brass wants you to go in there.
Alexander McAndrews, former test pilot, with a paper trail of commendations and a closet full of broken records. A man for whom the unknown is to be faced, not feared, conquered, not surrendered to. Alexander McAndrews, who is about to face yet another unknown. But this one is unlike all the others, for this one burns at the very heart of the Twilight Zone.
You weren't the first one on our list, Alex. They went before you. Second Lieutenant Emilio Perez, Sergeants Evelyn Marks, Len Sinclair, and a captain, Henry Kincaid. They volunteered. We gave them the best equipment we had. And one by one, they went in that gate. None of them have come back.
No contact?
I'm through. It became gone. There's something here. Can you see it? Can.
Maximum contact time, 10 seconds. It's static. 4 people, Alex. 4 good people. The State Department wants to close us down. Just pull the plug. Try to forget it ever happened. Pentagon wants to push ahead on grounds of national security. But as far as I'm concerned, those people are still alive, and if there's any chance to rescue them...
Understood.
I didn't want you for this, Alex. You've paid your dues and then some.
Don't know if you've heard, but I got the word last week. Seems like I'm getting a little bit too old to be a rocket jockey. Putting me behind a desk. I can't live with that, Greg. So, given the choice, it'd be a great way to go out, wouldn't it?
You'll come back. If anyone can make it, you will. You're a good soldier, Alex.
That's what Sarah said the day she left me. Good soldier. Always ready to follow orders, do his duty.
Last chance. You don't have to do it.
Look around, General. What else do I have? So where do I suit up?
Systems check beginning by mark. No interference. Reading 5 by 5. Recorders up and running.
All right.
Need binary reprocessors. Field stable.
Is there anyone you want me to?
I'll see you soon.
Goggles on. Okay, ray shield. All right, Alex, we're cleared to proceed. Now remember, no heroics, strictly threat analysis. Just go in, take a fast look around, then get out of there. You copy?
Affirmative, General. Entering the gate.
God go with you, Alex.
You're a white light. Have a sensor. Very, very fast.
We're losing contact, General.
ComCon. This is McAndrews. Do you read? ComCon?
I repeat, this is McAndrews. Do you copy, ComCon? I don't know whether you're getting any of this or not, ComCon, but I'm gonna keep recording anyway. I found a glove. Appears to be one of ours. Atmosphere and environment seems similar to ours. Oxygen atmosphere, all right. Sweet, cool, crisp air. I don't see any sign of the gate from this side. Perhaps it's not in the visible spectrum here. Moving on. I'll continue to log entries at 5-minute intervals.
Still no communication, General.
Boost the signal.
Well, I'm trying, but I'm just not getting anything.
Damn it, boost it some more. Come on, Alex, talk to me. Where the hell are you?
Welcome, Major.
Kincaid? Captain Henry Kincaid?
Present and accounted for, sir. We've been waiting for you. Well, not you in particular, but somebody like you. But I'm happy with the selection. I can't think of a better choice for their needs or ours.
Excuse me?
Everything will be explained in time, Major. In the meantime, please, if you will come with us.
What is this place?
Call it heaven.
All I want is a simple answer to a simple question. Where are we? What is this place?
Lieutenant Paris, sir. I'm the navigational specialist. I've been here about a week, and the stars... Well, Major, the stars are all wrong. I don't know where we are, but it's not Earth. And frankly, I don't think we're even in the same neighborhood anymore.
Well, why haven't you tried to get back?
We can't go back. We've surveyed the area. And as far as we can tell, the gate doesn't exist on this side. It only works one way, from there to here.
Can you just welcome everybody?
It is my prerogative as leader of this community. We are a peaceful people, Major. Not suspicious. Of supplies, we have plenty, more than enough to share. If this has become an unintentional prison for you, please be assured we'll exert every effort to make it a pleasant one. There is much we have to offer. They've told me about the world you come from. A place of such hate. Here we have no possessions to steal, no religion save one, the sanctity of life. No law, but to be kind to one another. That is why we were pleased to see it was you who was sent to us. They say you are a man of honor.
It's the kind of place we've all dreamed about, Major.
I think I'll reserve judgment till I've checked things out for myself.
We encourage you to explore, and we will give you all the help we can, as we did to the others. I sense in you a man who's been searching for peace for a long time without finding it. Here you will. You do not play, Major?
Too old, I guess.
That will change. I'm not quite as old as you think. Have you had any luck trying to find the way back?
None, you were right. Dawn to dusk, we searched every square inch of the area I came through. Nothing. It's a funny thing, though. The more time I spend here, the less I begin to worry about it. See, I've been a soldier all my life. My father was, and his father before him. They said you have to fight for what you believe. They never told me what to believe. They told me I have to follow orders. They never told me why. Stay busy enough, though, and you don't worry about it.
You have a family?
Not really. My wife left me about a year ago. Said she didn't believe in bigamy. Couldn't compete with honor, duty, orders.
I'm glad you're here, Alex. I'm very glad.
Evening, Major.
I think Alex will do for now. You seen Baron?
She was here a little while ago. She'll be back in a few minutes.
Thanks.
It is now 3 days, 12 hours since Alexander McAndrews went through the gate. In another 24 hours, we will consider him lost in action. I've recommended we shut down operations and send no more people through the gate without more detailed analysis. The brass disagree. We lose more in training operations, they told me. They've already picked their next volunteer. He comes highly recommended. I don't know him. Thank God for small favors.
This place is handling us is incredible. We love it here.
You lied to me.
Alex, please.
You lied to me. You told me there was no way out, but there is. That gate's still there, all right? But it's only because of refraction you can only see it at night. So you made it a point to take me there only during the day, knowing that I wouldn't find anything. You decided to stay here and keep everybody else with you.
We told you the truth the best way we could, Major. If we went back and reported what we found, this place would be swarming with troops and experts and God knows what else. They'd ruin it.
That's garbage.
Is it? You know how the military thinks. What do you think would happen if they got a hold of it?
You could leave out some of the facts.
They have ways of making any of us talk. Truth serums, you name it. Perfection is a fragile thing, Major. It doesn't survive the microscope. When we saw what kind of place this was, we took a vote. The decision was unanimous. We're not going back. This is Eden, Major. Would you want to be the one to bring the snake into the garden?
You're forgetting something. I didn't vote. Now, you're younger than I am. Maybe you can forget your responsibility and your duty, but I can't. I'm going back.
I'm afraid we can't allow that, Major. See how easy it is? The first solution of the angry man. How many other guns you want to turn loose here?
I don't want to hurt you, Kincaid. But I'm ordering you to get out of the way.
Then you'll have to kill me, Alex.
No! Alex! Alex! Please wait, don't go!
I'm sorry, but I have to.
Why? You said yourself there was nothing back there for you!
Because I'm a good soldier. That's all I've ever been. Maybe that's all I'll ever be. You take that away and what's left? You said yourself, I'm a man of honor. So please, lead me with that. That's all I have.
So you're convinced they're a totally agrarian society?
Judging from everything I saw, yes.
Any potential threat to security?
Nil.
Thank you, Major.
position, the press isn't aware of the situation. It's a whole new frontier.
Good job, Alex.
Stink.
Technology advisors.
You did what you had to. You followed orders.
Yeah.
We'll keep the guns in our hands.
Yeah, I did that, didn't
I
I?
kind of like the symmetry of that.
Well, I still think it's worth considering.
I think you're overlooking the strategic value of this situation.
The first strike potential is enormous. There's nowhere we couldn't hit with troops or tactical nukes in a hot second. Hell, we could even store the stuff up there, and no one could take it out with the first strike.
Tell me something, Greg. Would you have let the snake into the Garden of Eden?
Fortunately for me, that wasn't a decision I had to make.
Why we have to go in now, so that we can call the shots. I mean, the Pentagon is dying for an opportunity like this, and we must prevent any kind of leaks whatsoever, or the whole thing is shot.
What if we can open up more gates between their world and our Earth? We can use it as a transfer point for troops and material.
Clandestine and preemptive actions could be achieved without detection.
Alex! Alex, stop!
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, tell the brass that perfection is a fragile thing. Tell them I did my job. And tell them I retire. Stop! Who's that? What's going on?
Are you sure they won't build another?
It's a freak combination in the first place. If the gate were still there for them to study, maybe they could duplicate it. But it's gone permanently.
So what do you do now?
For the moment, absolutely nothing.
Major Alexander McAndrews, retired, who learned that there is a better world and that sometimes heaven is a place better left untouched by human hands. There may be one more commendation yet to come for the Major, one that says, for services rendered in the Twilight Zone. Current guest in room 2426, Martin Decker, theoretical biochemist. Checked in for observation a week ago. It seems he was displaying antisocial behavior, wrong thinking, and other intellectual crimes against the state. Diagnosis: schizophrenia, curable only by intense therapy sessions, followed by a full confession and disclosure of the facts. Once cured, Martin will be released. Or buried.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing a breakthrough in this therapy soon. How are you feeling? Let's have a look. He is not fit to be released as yet. He needs another treatment. Or two. You could make things very simple by telling us where to find the notebooks.
Notebooks? What notebooks?
Oh, dear. We're going to have to start all over again. The notebooks!
You'll never see them.
You're willing to suffer for a few sheets of paper, a few chicken scratches in ink. What is it anyway? It's only a new way to kill grasshoppers.
You make a little modification here, a little adjustment there, and then you can annihilate millions of human beings.
Then why did you do the research if you never intended to use it?
I'm a scientist. You wouldn't understand this, but there are people who believe that ideas have an innate, intrinsic value.
Oh, well, we believe that ideas have value. Values when applied to the service of the state. You see, until then, they're just worthless, abstract, theoretical equations. Come, Dr. Decker. Surely you must have known how this might be put to use.
I was blinded by the research grants and the awards and my pride in my work. I thought of the bacteria as a way to wage war on famine and hunger. But then I realized, in your hands, it would be just to wage war. And you don't have a right to knowledge like that.
That's where you're wrong, Dr. Decker. We have a right to all knowledge. Why don't you just write down the processes? It'll save us all a lot of trouble, and you a lot of pain.
I couldn't do it if I wanted to. The process took years.
Just tell us where you've hidden the books. I see this is going to be a useless discussion any further.
That's totally wrong.
Oh, come on, Martin. You know, your pragmatism blinds you. There are many things which are important, yet cannot be measured in any scientific way.
Amory, it was you that taught me to be pragmatic and to insist on empirical data.
As a scientist, yes, but as a human being, it is also your job to dream, to believe, to be committed to great truths, besides the physical laws.
What truths?
That knowledge is power, that there is inherent value in a human life, and that great thoughts do not come from a mind in shackles.
But what about Gandhi? He did his best thinking in prison.
Only his body was imprisoned. His mind was free.
There's a playmate for you.
They're gone now.
Thanks.
It looks like you're going to live.
Can I have some more?
There isn't any more. Till morning.
What? You gave me the last?
Yeah, that's all I'm going to be able to give you. You're on your own now.
I had no idea it's going to be this hard.
It gets worse. So what'd you do to get thrown in here? Sleep with some bureaucrat's wife?
Wish I would have thought of that. That would have been the easy way.
But I like the image of the outsider fighting against impossible odds. Kind of like you.
What do you know about me?
A lot. In a sense, we're brothers.
You're not my brother. You don't know anything about me.
I know enough.
Oh, really?
I know about the notebooks.
Who sent you?
Friends, your sacrifice has not gone unnoticed. You have allies who think as you do. I'm here to help you escape.
Escape? You're a fool. The security at this so-called hospital is notorious. No one gets over the walls.
Oh, yes, the walls, of course. There are other ways. I can help you escape safely.
How do we do this? We fly.
Your skepticism doesn't surprise me. And you will find it hard to believe that I've been trained to use my mind in a different way than you. I can go anywhere I want to. No walls can contain me.
I think Dr. Ostroff has given you one too many treatments.
Go ahead, laugh. But teletransportation is a reality.
Teletransportation. Teletransportation is the fevered fantasy of a very disturbed individual with whom I happen to be locked up. You're a lunatic.
It does sound ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yes, that sums it up very well.
Is it so ridiculous to think that men can transport themselves with the powers of their minds when they already use a simple beam of light to carve holes in granite and knock satellites from the sky?
Shining a beam of light from here to there is very different from teletransporting matter.
Is it?
Mr. Decker, the doctor will see you now.
We're here.
See how simple it is?
It's been so long, I forgot what the real world was like.
And all you had to do was believe. Really believe.
Where are the notebooks? Are there copies? Where are the notebooks? Where did you hide them? Are there copies? Turn it up. Where are the notebooks? Are there copies?
Tell me about the girl.
She was very beautiful. She sat right next to me. I could almost touch her. I don't want to think about it. It was a drug-induced dream. Another one of Dr. Ostroff's tricks.
We can't let him beat us. Let's finish our chess game. Maybe that'll keep us focused. Bishop to queen 4. Bishop takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn, your move.
A rook to king 7. Check.
Right. Good move. Let's see, king to knight. Tonight. I can't. I just can't see the board anymore. I want to help you, friend. But I'm not sure I can hold out much longer.
Go! If you can go take a walk on the beach or spend the night in some woman's arms, go! Leave me alone.
I can't. I have a mission. Unless I get you out of here, I failed. You are not the only one with convictions, you know.
Idiot. They've gotten to you. They're making you believe these damn dreams. They're illusions. Let them go.
It's you they've gotten to. You've lost your faith, your imagination. I can get us out of here.
Look,
we can be free.
Just answer me this. Why didn't you just appear here in the first place? Why were you physically thrown in here?
For them. For the people who run this place. I knew you'd be hard to convince. I knew I'd have to spend time here. But Martin, I can't do it alone. To get you out of here, I need your cooperation, faith, your belief.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to share in your insanity.
You don't need to suffer like this, my friend.
Oh, stop.
Just listen. All it takes is belief.
All right. Let's just say for a moment that I believe. How do you do it? How do you transcend matter?
Like all great truths, it's profound and simple. You believe with all of your being that you're in another place than you are.
Just like that?
Only if you truly believe.
What does it feel like?
It's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of, well, the closest thing I can think of, it's like falling asleep, feeling weightless.
What if something goes wrong?
At least you won't be here.
Well, I'll do anything to get out of here. So you just tell me and I'll do it.
All right, close your eyes. You believe, don't you?
Yes, I believe it.
Fine.
How do I know where I'm going?
I'll guide us in our journey. Just let yourself go. You'll be safe. Just let go. It's a safe place. Where no one can find us. A room above a boulevard. A safe place.
Tea?
What is this place?
A safe house. Please, you mustn't do that. We can't run the risk of your being seen from the street. There are more lives at stake than just yours. Come sit down. I'll have a cup of tea. First time's always a little disorienting. Why'd you do that?
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a dream.
You convinced?
I can't believe we did it. We got out. But how was that possible? I have to understand the mechanics of this. It has to be some kind of biochemical energy exchange. How do you work it?
You made it work.
Yes, I did, didn't I? But how?
In due time. Sit down. We have more important business.
What could be more important than a scientific breakthrough like this?
The notebooks. We've got to destroy them.
Of course, I'll have to go and get them.
No. That would be too risky. It's broad daylight out there.
Well, I'll wait until nightfall.
No, it can't wait. Tell me where they are and I'll get them.
No, it's too important to trust anybody with. Besides, what if somebody sees you?
Ah, me, I'm nobody. I'm a mere flea on the back of the system. But you're known. You're a real threat. By now, your picture's been circulated. Every cop in the corner knows who you are.
All right. All right, give me a pencil. You have to go to the university. And you go to this room in the biochemistry building. And behind the lectern in the wall is a false panel, and the notebook is there.
I won't let you down.
Good work.
It was hardly a challenge. These idealists are always such dreamers.
He's gone.
There's no sight of him.
Close all the exits. You understand that if he's not found, you will be held fully responsible.
But it was just a trick. He couldn't have actually done it.
As man has progressed, up from the mud and down from the trees, his best tool has always been logical thought. That tool has taken us in a grand arc, from the first flint against steel to the apocalypse of colliding atoms. What Martin Decker, man of science, has learned is that every once in a while, we must step out of the confines of logic and take a leap of faith into the Twilight Zone.
Mr. Foster. This is the unemployment office returning your call. I'm sorry, but your benefits as of the 2nd, 17th, 99 have expired. You can reach me at the usual number, but I'm afraid there's really nothing I can do.
The year is 1999. Within the box, evidence that some things do not change with the passage of time. Its contents, the collected debris of a shattered life, now valuable only for the dimes and nickels they can solicit from a third party. A familiar process, and a familiar long walk that is about to lead into the unfamiliar terrain of the Twilight Zone.
Yes, sir. Something I can help you with?
Well, I'm afraid I'm not buying.
Selling then.
Yeah.
Bring it over here. Let's see what you got.
I know it's not much. You know how it is. Hard times, lots of things going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you hear that a lot in this business, huh?
Yes, I do. $50.
The watch alone is worth that.
Make it 60 then, but that's as high as I'll go. There's a depression down, you know. You can take it somewhere else, but you won't get any more, and when you come back, the offer will be 50. Flat.
Couldn't you make it 65?
Done. Sure you've nothing else to sell?
No.
You weren't sent here, were you? Referred?
Referred? No. Look, if I had anything else to sell, it'd be in the box. I got nothing left. I'll tell you what I do have. A gut full of pain. You want to make me an offer, go ahead. Now, what's the going price for pain these days?
Perhaps there's something else we can negotiate. Come. You're familiar, I trust, with memory dipping?
Only what I read in the papers. Seems to be the big trend these days, renting people's memories.
Yes, it's become quite popular among those able to afford it. The usual practice is to scan a subject's memories and copy them onto a computer chip. You can take a skier, copy his memory of his best race, and by plugging into that, you can experience what he felt. His feelings, his thoughts, the way the snow felt under his skis, the roar of the crowd at the finish line. A fascinating concept, is it not, Mr.
Foster?
Mr. Foster. Unfortunately, copied memories are not as vivid as some might like. It's like seeing a video that's been dubbed too many times. The color is washed out. The experience less than 100% real. So, a market has developed for connoisseurs looking to sample a far more intense experience. For that, they require not dubbing, but direct transference. We go in electronically and slice away memories. A minute, an hour, a year. We can remove these memories and store them for use by others. And the experience is quite painless, of course.
And illegal.
Eminently. And the wonder of it all is the product is not a distortion of reality. It is reality distilled. For those who buy, the risk is quite worthwhile. As for those who sell, the rewards are quite reasonable.
How much would I get?
Depends on what we can find.
I've never really done anything special.
Unnecessary. Look at the soap operas, Mr. Foster. No alien invasions, no vast sagas. But they know the value of voyeurism. And so do I.
Well, I'll have to think about it.
Of course, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way. Do think about it. And while you're thinking about it, think on this. What have your memories done for you lately, Mr. Foster?
Third reminder, Foster. In case you've forgotten, the rent's due the 1st of every month. Today is the 6th. Either I get the rent from you by tomorrow, or I'm throwing you out. Am I clear? Have a nice day.
It's not fair, you know.
Very little in life is, Mr. Foster. I've just had a very good offer from a fellow who collects high school graduations.
It gives me great pleasure in presenting this next student not only with his diploma, but also with this watch in recognition of his leading the fundraising for the new gymnasium. Congratulations, Simon Foster.
Mr. Foster? Mr. Foster? Mr. Foster? Here, drink this. For some reason, the process tends to dehydrate it a little. A perfect transfer. How do you feel?
I don't feel any different.
Of course not. But now there's just a tiny gap in your memory. Just so. Everything between 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock in the evening of the day in question. 12 hours. Poof. Gone. And are you any the less for it? No. In fact, I would dare say you are quite the richer for it. Well, good doing business with you, Mr. Foster. Next time...
No, there's not going to be next time. I just needed enough to get ahead a little, that's all. Thank you for your help.
As you say, but if you should ever change your mind... Be seeing you, Mr. Foster.
600, 620, 625.
Thank you.
Now, if you don't mind.
Next month, too. New policy. Got a lot of transients coming through here. Owner says we have to have an extra month's rent.
Can't do that.
Look, I tell you what. Why don't you go running off to the Housing Commission and tell them all about it? And maybe when you get back, you'll find your apartment rented. One of those clerical errors you hear so much about.
I'm sorry, Mr. Foster, but there are no openings in your area. When a vacancy opens up in your field, you will be notified at that time. Goodbye.
You're in luck, Mr. Foster. I just got a call from someone interested in buying birthdays.
There's 5 candles, Simon, 1 for good luck. Close your eyes. Make a wish. Make a wish, Simon. Blow out the candles. Good boy. Happy birthday, Simon. Darling, look at Simon. He's taking his first step. Look! That's my boy.
I just wanted to say, you're a great dancer.
Thank you. It was very nice. I have to go inside now, but I'll never forget this.
Punctual, Mr. Foster. Very good. We have a job in the repair field which your record indicates you're perfect for. We just have to ask you a few questions. Strictly formality, you understand. What high school did you graduate?
Cliffordville High in Madison.
With 2 years of junior college. What was your major?
I think it was...
Your resume lists engineering.
That's it. If you could just give me a minute, I think that I have some records around here somewhere.
I'm sorry, but we are pressed for time, Mr. Foster. If you're not ready for this interview, you should have...
No, I'm ready. Sorry. Go on.
Please describe your training in that field during your college experience.
Well,
I require specifics, Mr. Foster. I'm sorry, Mr. Foster, but if you're not going to cooperate...
Wait, please. It's difficult sometimes.
It's difficult for us all, Mr. Foster. The unemployment rate is 32% as of this Monday, and there are many applicants who are looking for this job.
Wait, please. If you just give me a chance.
Please resubmit your application to Central Processing. Good day, Mr. Foster.
You can't do this to me! Come back here! Come back, damn you! My God. How many? How many others?
I run a business, Mr. Foster. Like any good business, it depends on volume and diversity. One must be responsive to the fluctuations in the market. Oh, save me your grand gestures. You're not going anywhere. Even if you leave, you'll be back. Your kind always comes back.
We come back because bread is $5 a loaf and meat you can't even buy unless it's on the black market. I look around, the only person I see eating is you.
I pay you a fair price for what you have to sell.
It's not enough! You say this minute is worth a nickel, an hour, maybe $1. 5 if something interesting's going on? What gives you the right to put a price tag on my life?
I didn't. You did.
Yeah. I did, didn't I? So what'll it be today, Mr. Quint? Trip to the zoo? Ride on a roller coaster? Why don't you take my first marriage? Save us both some grief.
Not interested? I'm only buying one thing today. We need a companion piece to the young lady who just left here. We want to buy the first time you made love. I can make you a very good offer.
No.
Take it or leave it. That's all I'm buying at the moment. Walk away, and who knows if I'll be buying anything else.
Tell me. Just tell me you love me. It's not silly. Just tell me you love me. Always. Forever and ever.
That will be all? I said that will be all, Mr. Foster. It's over. You can go now. Your payment is on the counter.
She's in here, isn't she?
Don't touch the equipment. You might damage something.
You know, they say you can always remember the first time with a woman. I guess now I'm the exception to that rule.
Very good. Now, if you'll please just...
I want her back. I changed my mind.
Just take your money and go.
I want her back. I want her back in my head where she belongs. I want my life back. You've got my life. I want it back. You give me my life back. Now I want my life back, damn you.
I haven't got it. I sold it. Don't you understand? It's not here.
Then get it. I can't. Well, I suggest you try, because right now I don't have anything much to lose. I want a life. I want to be whole again. Now!
There is a way. But it's not perfect.
Well, like you said, Mr. Quint, what in life is...
We received your new application, Mr. Foster. Very professionally typed. Did you have it done by a service?
No, ma'am. I typed it myself.
I see you've added clerk typist to your job goals. And a number of other occupations. Where exactly did you learn to type?
I had 3 years of typing at Sorworth College. It's all on the resume.
But Sorworth was a women-only college at that time. How do you explain this?
I graduated college on June 12th, on the year shown. And then I graduated college again on July 1st of the following year. I attended and graduated Lenox High School, also Chula Vista High School.
Mr. Foster.
That was shortly after my return from London. Did I tell you I have 2 children? I remember when they were born. It was such a moving time for me, being an only child. I remember my 5th birthday. My brother and my sister helped make the decorations.
Mr. Foster.
But, of course, the credentials are what's at issue here. I should also mention that my German is quite fluent. I spent most of the last year in Vienna, and I worked as a translator and a secretary and a bus driver. And I interned at the Institut de Neurologica. Prior to that...
Exit Simon Foster. A patchwork collection of lost dreams held together by the stolen memories of strangers. A man who discovered that we truly are the sum of our parts. Mr. Simon Foster, a very special resident of the Twilight Zone.
Those were such wonderful times. I remember them so well.
Andrea Moffat longs for true love. A man who is strong, handsome, and exotic, who desires her above all other women. She is about to learn that naivety has its price, and that the universe has a very curious sense of humor.
Do you have the key for the other register?
No, try the mouse. I think she had it last.
She's not a mouse.
Hamster? No, wait. Gerbil. Cute and fuzzy? Soft and squishy? You know, you're wasting your time with her.
Hi. Elaine said you had the key for register 2.
Oh, yes, I do. It's over there.
It's no problem. Andy, I was wondering if you're doing anything after work tonight?
That's nice of you to ask me. Yes, I am. I'm busy. But thank you.
Squeak, squeak. You know, you really shouldn't pass up Carl. He's not such a bad catch. I mean, someone like you can't afford to be choosy. Quiet, I mean.
I know, but
he's no Prince Charming. Honey, there ain't no such animal. There are lots of other kinds of animals. I can tell you all about them. They're the ones who would rather chew their arms off than stay until morning. And then, of course, they're the ones who expect you to make breakfast for them as a reward for their performance.
Elaine, you said you were going to give up those downers if they ever catch you.
But they won't. Because my dear, sweet friend Andrea is going to watch out for me, isn't she?
One of these days it's going to catch up with you.
If I didn't take these, I couldn't sleep. If I couldn't sleep, I couldn't work. We wouldn't want me to lose my job, would we?
Hello. Hello there. I haven't seen you around here before. Are you friendly? Let me see. Oh, you're a big one. Let me see you. Let me see you. Oh, what's the matter? You don't have a collar, huh? Didn't anyone buy you a collar? somebody loved you, they'd buy you a collar. There you go, big guy. Like that. Ooh, you're thirsty. Did you make a habit of it, though? Where's the...
Scream if you must. I've checked out your place. You've gone to a lot of trouble to isolate yourself, to hide from the world.
Call the police.
By all means. Tell them that you've seen a man turn into a cat. You really must buy a better brand of coffee. Now the Turks, they knew how to brew coffee. Even if they were barbarians, I won't hurt you. I came from Provence, originally, a long time ago. I was called Guillaume du Marchot. I had a great talent for two things, singing and making love. One night, I was caught making love to the wrong woman. Or rather, the right woman at the wrong time. Her husband could do things you call impossible today. He cursed me to remain forever in the form of a cat, only able to become a man again at night. But it's not such a curse. I have spent centuries loving women, showing women how to love. Women like you. If you ask me to go, I will go. But I promise you, you will never see my like again. Never feel the things that I alone can make you feel.
This is a dream.
It's a very nice dream, yes?
Yes. No. Yes, it is. I just never thought that it would happen to me. You are the one, aren't you?
Am I?
Yes.
Morning, Elaine. Morning, Carl. Chipper, happy, perky. The end of the world is upon us. Have you been drinking too much coffee again?
Nope, I just had a nice night. Morning, Dr. Wood.
What's he going to do? Meow at me?
You sure you don't need some of these? you need? Inventory, Carl, huh? I am telling you, nobody changes that much in a week unless there's sex involved.
Oh, that's $36.75.
What I would give to be a fly on the wall.
As opposed to a bat in her belfry?
Is that a remark?
Hi. How are you? You do what? I have something for you. I have a present. Here it is.
Andrea, come here. What were you thinking of? What do you think would have happened when I tried to become a man with this around my neck?
I'm sorry, Guillaume. I just didn't want anyone to pick you up as a stray during the day. I didn't think.
I haven't survived this long by letting some fool of a woman put a collar on me. No one owns Guillaume de Marchaux. No one. Do you hear?
I'm sorry, Guillaume. I bought some other things for you. Shirts. Socks.
Next time, buy something that I'll enjoy seeing on you. Silk, satin, black lace. You know what I want. Good. Until then, we shall simply have to do without.
Long lunch.
You've been late yourself sometimes.
What have we got here? Oh, who is this for? Is this for Carl, baby? No, Carl, baby's jaw's on the floor. Oh, come on, Andy, kiss and tell, huh?
Just put it back, please.
I think it's about time a certain fly made an appearance on a certain wall.
Your coffee? I have a surprise for you.
Yes, it's very nice. Many times have I asked you for one simple thing. I want something that a man can stand to drink, not this sewage water that you keep serving me.
I'll get some tomorrow.
You will go now, or I will leave. For good.
Hi, I'm a friend of Andy's. Can I come in? Lately, Andy's been so, tense at work. I just thought I'd, stop in and see how she was getting on.
I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, nothing bad, I hope.
That depends on what one means by bad, does it not? We have 20 minutes to become acquainted.
I think we have to do this again. Reals.
Yes. You just missed your friend, Elaine.
I know what kind of a friend she is. How could you? I thought you loved me.
Spare me the cliches. This isn't a scene from one of your silly books. I've been here too long. It's time I left.
Oh, no, Guillaume. You can't. I love you.
It is the way of the tomcat. I've had my fun, and so have you. Love had nothing to do with it.
You're going to her, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, Guillaume. Please, don't go. Just one more night. That's all I ask. Please.
All right. One more night.
I'll make some coffee.
You can't buy me back with coffee, Andrea. After tonight, it's over.
Yes. It's over. Your coffee.
Strong and bitter. As I like it.
I'm glad that you like it. I picked it especially for you. Hello? Oh, hi, Carl. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, well, Elaine does things like that. I haven't seen a movie in ages. Yeah, Friday night, that'd be fine. Sure. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, me too. Bye.
Poor Andrea. The injured innocent. You are no better than any other woman I've ever known. You never learn. You...
Oh, but I did learn. I won't be weak anymore. That's the best lesson of all. I want you to remember that. In case you ever think of coming back here again.
Have you been here before?
No, I haven't been here before.
Sex?
Male. He's a tomcat.
Well then, what can we do for you today?
I'd like to have him fixed.
A lesson on romance versus reality, with a word of warning for those who want to mix the two. Don't. Or you may find your head in the clouds, your feet on the ground, and the rest of you somewhere in the Twilight Zone. A city hospital, 8 p.m. An unexpected visitor has just arrived, bearing unwelcome tidings. A disease so new the textbooks haven't recorded it. This, then, is its first case history, documented from the medical files of the Twilight Zone.
I'm Nurse Hendricks. May I help you?
It's my eyes. I need to see the doctor.
Get Dr. Peterson. Here, let me take a look.
No,
Please, we can't help you if we don't know
No,
what's wrong with you.
don't you touch me. I'll show the doctor. Get me the doctor immediately.
Name?
Jean Reed, Mrs. Jean Reed.
Address?
1705 Fairmont Street. Please, where is the doctor? I've got to see him.
Dr. Peterson is on his way. Please, take a seat.
No, there isn't much time. Oh, God. No, it's too late.
What's to it?
Don't you understand? I can't see. I'm blind.
Let me see. Come with us, please.
Morning, Missy.
There must be something you can do.
I'm sorry. If you try the clinic, maybe.
The clinic's full. My wife, she hasn't been well. She's trying to hide it, but I think maybe it's her heart. All we need is somebody to look at her. Maybe a day or two in here.
Mr. Wells, without medical insurance or some guarantee of payment, we simply cannot admit her. I'm sorry. It's hospital policy. There's nothing I can do.
Come on, sweetheart. kind of a hospital is this? Aren't you supposed to look after sick people?
Couldn't help overhearing. You all right?
I'm fine. It's not my decision. It's hospital policy. I think people would understand that.
Got it. Mrs. Hendricks, Mrs. Reed is asking for you. She says she has to talk to you. She was quite insistent.
You wanted to see me, Mrs. Reed? Yes. Hello. Won't you sit down, please?
I have a great deal of work to do, Mrs. Reed.
I have something to tell you. Sit down, please.
Dr. Robbins. Calling Dr. Robbins.
Mrs. Hendricks, we're alike, I think. You and I.
Mrs. Reed, I don't even know you, and I don't think you know me.
No. But I sense that we're alike. We are two of a kind.
Mrs. Reed, shouldn't you be sleeping?
You're changing the subject. Of course. I know because I used to do the same thing. It's easier, isn't it? Prescribe a pill, suggest a nap, anything so you don't have to think about a person or talk to them. Am I right?
Sleep is the best thing for you. Dr. Friedman will be in at 9. He's our chief of staff and one of the finest eye specialists in the country. You'll feel much better after he talks to you.
Oh, I feel all right now, Mrs. Hendricks. It's you I'm worried about.
It's very kind of you. Now get some rest. Look, I don't care what your figures show. My phone bill is wrong. Yes. No, it's not. It's $50 higher than it should be. Well, computers make mistakes. No, I don't want to hold.
You look like you need a vacation, Claire.
It's just the way people treat you sometimes. You want to... Never mind. What can I do for you?
You talked to Mrs. Reed yesterday. Did she say anything about her family? Her husband?
Not that I recall. Why?
He's here.
Did he come in about his wife?
No, he didn't even know she was here. Emergency picked up the call about an hour ago. He was calling for help. An ambulance just brought him in. He's gone blind, Claire, without apparent cause.
It's contagious?
He claims he's had it since last night. If it's contagious, she picked it up from him.
But if she knew...
Knew. I left him there and came in here to save herself. He says he begged her not to leave him. He must have passed out. Fear, I guess. When he came to, she was gone. He crawled around the house until he could find a telephone.
It's hard to believe.
When she came in here, she knew exactly what was happening. She must have seen it happen to him. Mr. Reed? It's Dr. Peterson.
Do you have any news? What's causing this?
I'm afraid we don't know yet.
Then leave me alone.
Mr. Reed, I'm Nurse Hendricks. Would you like to be in a room with your wife? We can arrange it.
I wouldn't share her air if it was the last oxygen on this planet. Do you have any idea what it's like to wake up blind, alone, calling for someone over and over who isn't there, realizing that you've been abandoned? I don't want to talk to her, or to you, or to anyone until somebody can tell me they found a cure. Leave me alone. I don't care what happens to her. Don't you understand? I don't care.
There you are. You both better come downstairs. All hell's breaking loose.
I have to see a doctor immediately.
I'm sorry, sir. There are other people ahead of you.
No, but you don't understand. I have to see a doctor, please. Who's in charge here? This is an emergency.
Wait your turn. You're just the same as everybody else here.
Please,
Who do you think you are? Go to the end of the line.
I can't see anything, please.
Wait your turn. Go to the end of the line.
Come and help me, please.
Thank you.
It's all right.
I was at work. I'm not really sure what happened.
All right, we'll take care of you.
Blind. You're all blind.
Stone blind, we used to call it, but blindness is not new. This growth, this ocular window shade is utterly beyond my experience. I've been informed that the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta has put out a full alert, and that the Surgeon General has convened an emergency meeting in Washington with some of our top physicians. Any delay in responding to this could cost us dearly.
Agreed. Is there any clue to the origin of the disease?
I've had Dr. Gordon in constant touch with Atlanta on that very subject. He went home for a fast shower and change of clothes. He should have been back by now.
Dr. Gordon came in an hour ago. He's blind.
My God. We've had reports of an estimated 500 cases in New York City. Los Angeles is running about the same. Seems we have an epidemic on our hands.
What about the press?
Not being very helpful, are they? From some of the reports I've read, unless we find something constructive to say soon, we'll have a full-blown panic on our hands. People are scared.
There must be something we can do.
There is, and we are. But this is the difficult part. Waiting for someone to come up with a cause. Once we have that, we can proceed. Until then, all we can do is keep running tests and wait. When did you last get some sleep?
I don't know.
Then go home. Get some rest. Consider that an order. You too, Eddie. I need my staff alert and clear-headed. Understand?
All right, but I'll be back for my regular shift tonight.
Ditto.
Who is it?
It's me, Claire Hendricks.
Oh. I'm glad you come to see me. Please, sit down. You must be exhausted. The others were talking about you, how hard you work. They call you a dedicated woman.
Is that what they call me? Dedicated?
Yes, they used to call me that, too. I was very businesslike. Nothing bothered me. Why did you come to visit me?
I don't know. I was on my way home.
Dr. Henderson.
Yes. Normally you don't visit much, do you? The other nurses mentioned that, too. Is it because you sense it, too? That we're two of a kind, you and I?
I should let you get some sleep.
Look, I know what's happening to us. I know how it's happening, and I know why it's happening. Would you like to hear, Claire?
Yes.
It's because we're monkeys. Remember, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. We used to be courteous, didn't we? We used to care. We used to rise up in outrage if someone was in pain or abused or unsheltered. But now, don't you see? We've cut ourselves off from so much. We refuse to see what's going on around us. We turn a blind eye to the pain. Now it's catching up with us. Now it truly is a blind eye.
That's preposterous.
Is it?
I heard your husband went blind first, and you abandoned him. Is that true?
He just gotten a call that his mother died. They were very close. When he heard, it was like someone discussing the weather. That's when he became a monkey. And I ran. Yes, I ran to save myself. Now I'm a monkey, too.
This new growth is irritated and inflamed. The ocular muscles are functioning normally, though, which leads us to believe the eye itself is undamaged, though shuttered away beneath a curtain of flesh. There's a chance that surgery can remove this flesh curtain without injuring the eye, but we won't know for certain until we try it.
There's still no news from Atlanta on possible causes?
They may have a theory, but they're being pretty tight-lipped about it until they can confirm. They estimate that at the present rate, the number of those afflicted could reach 100,000 by week's end.
What about the issue of quarantine?
I can confirm that it's being discussed, but that's all. Because there's always a chance that it may not be a disease at all, but some sort of latent mutation triggered by some change in the environment.
What's got 100 arms, 100 legs, 50 heads, and no eyes? The south wing of the hospital.
Could I have your attention? I've just received a fax from Washington. At 1700 hours on the 10th of April, that would be only hours before the first case was discovered, an explosion was reported at a top-secret biological research lab in Alaska. It is presumed that certain unstable forms of bacteria may have been released into the atmosphere. It is estimated that their effects could be unpredictable. It is fairly certain that the bacteria released cannot survive long outside the laboratory. I suggest we adjourn.
Claire,
Hello, Eddie.
I thought you were going home.
I was, but there's no reason to go home. Jim and I have separated. We moved out.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Nothing acrimonious. It's all very calm and sensible. We just stopped connecting. We led our separate lives like two strangers just sharing the same space. No connection, no involvement, just lost in our indifference. I came in here tonight, I started thinking about me, about all of us. She's right, Eddie. We're monkeys.
Claire, you're not making any sense.
Do you know, I can't remember the last time I looked a patient in the eye. Somewhere along the line, I stopped treating them as individuals. They're just numbers to me. They don't have life stories. They have charts.
I'm no different than you.
But you are.
Look, you're an excellent nurse. It's just part of the job.
And isn't that a fine excuse? Isn't that a comfortable bandage on our diminished humanity? The phone company overcharges us. There's nothing they can do about it. We turn sick people away because they don't have the right insurance. It's just part of the job. So we lie to ourselves and cut ourselves off further and further because there's so much pain in the world.
Claire, you were in the meeting with us. You heard the reports from Washington just as I did. We know what the cause is now, without a shadow of a doubt. If you keep chasing this around and around in your head, you're just...
There's something happening, Eddie. That report doesn't explain why only some people are susceptible and some aren't. What does it say in the Bible? If thine eye offend thee, pluck it out.
Stop it. You're upset. This has all been a terrible strain on all of us. What you need to do is go home. Get some sleep.
Yes, I'm sure that'll solve everything. Good night, Eddie.
Oh, God.
Dr. Friedman.
Ah, Eddie. Good. Thank you. Dr. Peterson will play guide dog for a while. How's Claire?
She's the same. No vision.
None at all?
Oh, I'm afraid. Mrs. Reed, good. I was hoping to see you. It's Dr. Peterson here.
Yes.
I was wondering if you could drop by Mrs. Hendricks' room. Maybe help cheer her up a little bit. She thinks a lot of you.
Of course, I'd be glad to.
There's...
Mrs. Hendricks? It's me, Jean. Can I visit for a while?
Of course.
Well, isn't it exciting? We're going to see you again. Operation works. 20 out of 20 successful in L.A. Dr. Friedman's getting his this afternoon, and I'm tomorrow. And you? When are they planning to operate on you?
They're not.
They're what?
The operation isn't really the answer. You said it yourself, remember? You're right.
No, but that was before we knew about the bacteria, before we...
Now we have an easy answer. Solid and uncomplicated. But it won't last. It'll happen again. And they'll come up with something else. But what happens when we run out of solutions? Easy answers.
It's time to go now, Mrs. Reed.
Wait, Dr. Peterson. Aren't they going to operate on Mrs. Hendricks?
No. An operation isn't the answer in her case.
Well, then how will she ever see again?
She'll see again, Mrs. Reed. It'll just take her a little longer.
Enigma, draped in hospital sheets and self-imposed darkness, with the added sobering thought that Claire Hendricks is perfectly correct in her own diagnosis. Take it as a warning, a cry for humanity, or a simple plea for responsibility from the dark places of the Twilight Zone.
My deepest sympathy.
A lovely service.
Terrible loss.
Yes.
Are you related to the deceased?
No, not at all.
Oh, a friend of the family then.
No, actually, I don't know anyone here. They're all strangers to me. But it was still a very lovely service.
Barbara LeMay, the woman in black, out of place in a world of colors and sounds and life. A woman caught between fascination and something more profound and less earthly. Barbara LeMay, with one foot in the grave, the other firmly planted in the Twilight Zone.
As I was saying, a lovely service. There must have been at least 150 people there. They had a reception afterwards, and they served the most delicious finger sandwiches.
So, who was the service for? I didn't know we knew anyone who had died.
I'm not certain. You know how I am with names.
You mean you... Mother, you have got to stop going to funerals for people you don't even know.
Why?
Well, because it's wrong, that's all.
They had white roses. Oh, you should have seen them. White roses tied with tiny red ribbons. Silk, I think they were. One for each year. There was music. And there were such words spoken. Such love. When I go, I think I would very much want a service like that. Would you see to it, dear?
Mother, will you please stop it? You know I don't like to hear you talk like this.
Jason, these things happen. We hate to think about them.
No. You don't hate to think about them. You love to think about them. Mother, why is it every time I see you, every other word is death? When I asked you out to the coast to see Margie and the kids, you couldn't. You couldn't come because you said you couldn't make any long-term plans. How the hell am I supposed to explain that to them? I'm sorry. Grandma can't come for Thanksgiving because she isn't sure whether she'll be alive or not. You hurt them.
I'm sorry. I really am.
I know. I just wish you'd stop all this. Let some light in here. Get some air. Mother, this obsession of yours is not good. It's not healthy. It's morbid. Mom, I love you very much. And I want you to see your grandchildren grow up.
I'll try. I will, really.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to go. Plane to catch.
Then you go. And you give my love to Margie and Ben and Susan. I'll be fine. Really. Hello? Is anyone there?
Don't move! Don't call the cops. I'll kill you, I swear.
Who
did what I could, but I think it's bad. I better call the hospital.
No. Don't want to die in no hospital. I'm dying, ain't I?
I'm not an expert. But yes, I think you are dying. While you were out, I turned on the radio. They mentioned a robbery at an all-night liquor store.
$27 and change. Ain't that something?
I'll get you some water.
No. Please.
Don't worry. I won't leave you alone. I understand. Perhaps better than you know. I'll wait with you. We'll both wait together. You're here, aren't you?
Yes, I'm here.
I can see you. Are you surprised?
No.
No, I suppose you wouldn't be. We spent so much time together, you and I. It must make one more sensitive.
Yes.
I was in the hospital once. The woman in the room next to me died in the night. I felt you nearby.
Who are you talking to?
No one, Trent. No one. It's all right.
It's so cold.
He can't see you.
I won't exist for him until it's time.
Where do you take us? To a better place?
Sometimes.
It must be beautiful.
Well, it's a place like any other.
Oh, no, please. Please, wait. Wait. Why don't you take me instead of him?
What's he to you?
Nothing. No one. But he can't see the beauty in you. I can. I see it in so many ways. The peace, the freedom, the tranquility, the poignant, fragile beauty of that one final exhalation, the gathering of the soul, the ceremony of the...
It's his time.
Oh, but he can't appreciate you as I can. I have no one here, not anymore.
No.
Why?
I cannot take life where none exists. I've seen you in so many places. You've called my name so many times. You have worshipped at my altar. You've walked in my shadow, seen my reflection in others' faces, and still it's not enough.
You don't run from my touch. You seek to embrace it. But I could no more take you than I could take this table. For neither of you lives.
I don't understand.
See how he resists me. Even now, clings to life. For in each second is the possibility of joy, however often defeated. Even now, this close to me, he's more alive than you. I bring you peace, sleep. Don't be afraid. For I alone will never leave you.
You can't do this. You can't just leave. We've been together so much. That would be cruel. What do you want me to do? Go and feed the pigeons in the park? Is that living? I don't have anyone. Don't you understand? My son, he doesn't need me anymore. Everyone I knew is gone. My husband, my friends. They're with you. You took them away from me, and now you won't even take me. Why? Why? Am I not good enough? Am I not pretty enough? I'm sorry I yelled. Please, stay with me. Just a moment.
You've got a lot of courage, Mrs. LeMay. Dead phone or not, most folks would have been out of here in a second as soon as he fell.
He was harmless. He was in pain.
Oh, not anymore. Guess that's what they say, isn't it? The only two constants being death and taxes?
Not always.
Have I hurt you?
No. Yes.
How? It wasn't my intention.
No, it never is. But asking myself the same question. It's just that one by one, everyone I knew went away. They went with you. I suppose, in my funny way, I became jealous. You took them away, and if I couldn't have them, then I wanted you too. So I began spending all of my time thinking about you. And I started to see why they went with you.
It was their time.
I suppose it was. But there was more to it than that. I saw it in their faces after they had seen you. No more pain, no more weariness, no sadness, no loss. Only peace. In the end, you're all we have, aren't you? When my husband was dying, he suffered so much. And I couldn't do anything to help him. But you did.
I remember.
I think it was then that I began to feel love for you. After you left, there are quite a number of pain pills in the cabinet, left over from some problem a while back. I considered taking all of them. Whatever you say, even you can't stop me from making it my time, can you? But I couldn't do it. Not with you. I suppose it seemed too forward. I was never very good at being aggressive. Nothing's changed. It seems I'm not even very good at...
I've often heard it said, among the living, there are always possibilities. Take my hand. Now, in this last moment, are you afraid of me?
Oh, no. Where are we going?
Where you are most needed.
I'm afraid he doesn't have much time left.
Is it dark in here?
Yes, it is. I'll try to find someone.
No, please. Don't go. It'll be all right.
I have to go.
No, please.
I'll be right back.
Wait.
Better.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid. I bring you peace, sleep, and I alone will never leave you.
Oh, you did fine.
I'm so happy.
Incident in a hospital room. Part of the status quo of life and death. A visitation accompanied by cold winds and warm hands locked in a midnight embrace in the Twilight Zone.
too.
Introduction to Mr. John Selig, a reasonably average man who goes through life with both eyes open and both hands firmly on the wheel. Mr. John Selig, practical and steady, who is about to be blindsided by the Twilight Zone.
Leslie? Leslie?
That's all right, sir. Don't worry about a thing. Be fixed in a jiffy.
No, but it
oh,
fell.
yes, sir. Shoddy workmanship. I'm terribly sorry about all this, sir. It's just the way things are these days, you know. Always rush, rush, rush. Nobody giving a fig for quality. Not like the old days.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you think you're doing?
Fixing your mirror. What's it look like?
But there's a camera back there.
Where? I don't see a camera.
Well, of course not. That's because you just covered it up.
Did I? Well, that's one job done then. Good day.
Hey, come back here. Where the hell do you think you're going?
Back to work. And may I suggest you do the same thing? It's nearly 9 o'clock, and you know how Mr. Weatherall gets... Never mind. Never said a thing. Good day.
Hey, wait a minute. How do you know my boss's name?
I don't.
But you just said it.
I didn't. You must have mistaken me for someone else. Good day. Listen, are you going to stand there all day?
Yes. I want to know what you were doing up there.
Up where?
Upstairs. The mirror, the camera, remember?
Ah, yes, that. Nothing whatsoever. Just a little routine maintenance.
It's a camera. You've been spying on me.
I have not. Look, it's all just part of the job. Now, be a good fella and let me get back to it.
No. I'm going to call the police.
You wouldn't want to do that. No, I don't think so.
Why not?
False complaint. Show me where it says fixing the cameras against the law.
That's not the point. I didn't put that camera there in the first place. It's not my camera. I don't even know how it got there.
Ah, then you want installation. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not my department. Have a nice day. Oh, you know, you're not as pleasant in person as you are on TV.
That's it. I am calling the police.
There's really no need to do that. Look, John. May I call you John? We don't want to make too big a scene over this. I mean, it makes everything too complicated. I'd tell you, but... Look, all right, I'll tell you, but... We've got to stand right in there.
In the closet? Shh. Why there?
It's outside camera range.
But it's in the bathroom.
No. The other cameras.
All right, talk.
Look, I want you to know I'm risking my job just telling you this. You're not supposed to know, you see? I mean, it takes all the fun out of it, doesn't it?
All the fun out of what?
Look at my chest.
Excuse me?
Here. You see those letters? JSTV in big friendly letters?
Yeah, so what about it?
Stands for John Selig Television. Well, you're on television.
I am?
Yes. 24 hours a day. You've got quite a following. Did you know you've got people who tune in the middle of the night just to watch you sleep? Extraordinary.
Who's watching?
Oh, everybody. Well, everyone who subscribes, at least.
Everyone? My neighbors? All the people I know?
They were quite helpful, yes. Helped to set up cameras all over the place for maximum coverage. Your job, your car, the office, living room, den, bathroom. Well, that one was less than perfect, wasn't it? Bedroom, kitchen, rec room.
Bedroom?
Well, it is a cable service. Adults only, that sort of thing. Well, now you know. So, if you'll excuse me.
I don't believe you. How could something like this happen without someone telling me?
Shh. That's the whole point. If you knew you were on TV, you'd act differently. It'd take all the fun out of it, like I said. That's why everyone on the service signs a contract specifying they won't spill the beans. Besides, gives all the folks you know a chance to be on TV.
Archie, call 9.
Have to go. Now be a good fella and don't tell anyone I told you. All right?
Your breakfast is ready. You better eat it before it gets cold. Haven't you finished dressing yet?
Did you see that man?
What man?
He came right into the bathroom. I spent 10 minutes with him in the closet.
Did you sleep all right last night?
I slept fine. It's this morning I'm having a slight problem with.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I gotta go. Have a nice day, honey. Don't blow it for us. The ratings are terrific.
Let's see. Gee, I think I left my car keys around here somewhere. I think I'll look for them. Yes?
This is to inform you that destruction of company property is to be avoided at all costs. Please inform maintenance and do not touch the equipment again. Thank you.
Try and stop me. Hello.
You were warned.
Mr. Selig?
Yes?
You're to come with us.
No, hey, let me go. Where are you taking me? My coat. Come on, guys. I know who you are, but you can't do this to me.
You should have told us sooner.
Well, you've gone and done it now, haven't you? Done what? Where are we going? There's some very big trouble, I'd say. Yes, some very serious trouble indeed. Smile at the birdie, Mr. Selig. Who are they? Fans. Whose? Yours. Now that the secret's out, they can all come out of the woodwork. All those hormones repressed for 5 years. Disgusting, isn't it? Well, they rip the clothes right off you in a second, just like that.
Do you really think so?
Typical, isn't it? All these channels, nothing interesting on.
Yes. I'll bring it.
If you please, Mr. Selleck, this way.
Ah, Mr. Selleck. Arthur Spence. Nice to meet you. Please, take a seat. Make yourself comfortable. Would you care for a cigar? Something to drink.
No, thank you.
Comfortable? Yes, thanks. Good. Good. Now then, Mr. Selleck. What the hell are you trying to do to us?
What am I? What are you doing to me?
To you? My dear Mr. Selleck, look around you. This is a multi-million-dollar business. When you first went on the air 5 years ago, we couldn't get $100 for a 30-second commercial. Now we're right up there. $100,000 for a 30-second spot. All of this was accomplished through long, hard hours of careful work. Now when we're just about to break even, now when we're just beginning to clear our deficits, you want to pull this?
So you're the one who decided to do all this?
Me? Oh, wasn't me.
Then who?
Who? Who decided you should pay taxes? Who decided you should get up at 8 to go to work instead of 10? Who decides what money you use, what fashions you wear?
I don't know.
Same guy.
But you can't just put my life on television. I have rights.
Oh, yeah? This is the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights. Go ahead. You show me where it says in there that I can't put you on TV.
That's a technicality.
Ah, Mr. Selleck. Let's cut right through to the heart of the matter, shall we? During the past 5 years, you have become an institution on American television. People like you. I like you. Hell, I watch you play bridge every Friday night with the Clearsons. He cheats, by the way. We have a better view of his hand than you do.
I always thought as much. No, wait a minute. I don't understand. Why me? What's so interesting about me?
You know Marilyn Carstairs? The woman on all the TV game shows. Okay, you tell me. What was the last thing she actually did that made her famous? Can't come up with a thing, can you? Don't feel badly. Neither can anybody else. But she's on TV. You see, some people are famous just for being famous. You put their face on TV often enough, and before you know it, they become a celebrity. We took the same bet on you, and it paid off. There were down times. You have to expect that. Like when you lost your job 2 years ago. You know, at first the ratings went up. Everybody wanted to know what was going to happen. But when you stayed unemployed, the ratings went down. So we stepped in and arranged that job for you at Teldar.
You did that?
Of course. Mr. Selleck, you don't actually think that things happen by accident in this world. Haven't you ever noticed how sometimes things just seem to go your way? Something will happen and you'll find yourself saying, gosh, that was lucky, or gee, wasn't that a coincidence? That would be us, Mr. Selleck. We have a whole department that looks after happy coincidences. How do you think you met Leslie?
My wife?
Hired by us. Though I suppose we'll have to find her a new spot now. If you persist in making a federal case out of this. There you have it, Mr. Selleck. Thousands of jobs. People's livelihood, millions of dollars of income. It's all riding on you. Can't you just forget it? Go back to living your life just the way you did before.
No, I can't. I want my privacy back. You have no right.
As you wish. I'll have a car brought around to take you home. Can I help you?
It's you, isn't it? Oh, Mr. Selig, I'm your biggest fan. I watch you all the time, and I think you're just wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh, can I have your autograph?
Oh, no,
Oh, please.
Well, I guess it couldn't hurt. It's all over with now anyway.
I want to have a baby.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, then a lock of your hair.
No,
Oh, a jacket.
No, I think maybe you better go.
Oh, please, Mr. Selig, I've come all this way. Please.
I'm supposed to take you home. We'll have to go out the back way. And I want you to know I got sacked because of all this. 2 weeks' notice and out. Just as cold as you please.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you any trouble. I wish there was something I could do.
You just did. Come on.
Hi. Come on in. I was just going over the fan mail. I had no idea so much had been collected. The gifts, offers of marriage, it's amazing.
I just came to drop this by. It's a check. Back pay for the last 5 years. Oh, yes, they always intended to pay you. They just kept it in a trust fund until you either found out or the show got cancelled.
But it's a lot of money.
Hmm? Yes, I suppose it is.
What are you doing?
Company equipment. Not needed around here much more, is it? Now the show's been cancelled. Now that you know, it's not much fun anymore, is it?
And it's really over?
Sorry, not my department.
But the money, the women.
You wanted your life back, just the way it was, right? Well, that's what you've got. And I hope you're satisfied.
I'm sorry about your job.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. Thanks, so. Guess that makes two of us.
It's funny, I was just getting used to it.
Yeah, well, not much can be done about it now, I suppose.
No, I suppose not.
Here. Come here. Look, I was thinking, if you were the guy in charge and I were you, what would you do? Maybe you'd just tell me I was off the air, so I'd think I was, but I'm really on television without knowing it. This way, I'll go back to acting normal, which is what everyone wants in the first place. Well then, John, good luck. Break a leg, as they say.
My, but isn't it a wonderful day?
The next time you think people are talking about you behind your back, or a happy coincidence seems just a little too good to be true, check behind the bathroom mirror, or see if there are any channels missing from your TV. It just might be that John Selig's ratings have dropped and you've become a star. in the phosphor dot world of the Twilight Zone. As certain as death and taxes, we are told the meek will definitely inherit the earth. Perhaps, but not always. Consider, if you will, Mr. Archie Lochner, a well-known petty crook, sidebar 6-for-5er Shylock, registered coward, and owner of a yellow streak so vivid it could be slathered on a hot dog. Mr. Lochner was written out of the will when the meek were guaranteed their inheritance. And just now, he's trying to avoid another kind of payoff. A soulful payoff in that off-track betting parlor we call the Twilight Zone.
Cease your flight, you four-flushing fistfire! This is the second most ill-advised action you have ever taken, Archie Lochner, you miserable garment of human meat. The first was trying to make a bargain that would outwit me. I'm 32,000 years old, you human virus. Even among my peers in the fourth canonic order of demons, I'm considered a truly ghastly dinner companion. Did I mention I enjoy sucking the marrow from the living bones of idiots like you? Whatever made you think you could outwit the magnificence of Volker?
I still got 2 days. The contract ain't up for 2 days. Why is it you're tormenting me?
Because I'm a demon, you imbecile. I don't send singing telegrams. I torment. It's what I do. That's why I'm called a demon instead of the Easter Bunny.
2 days? You made the deal. You don't bug me for 2 days.
Bug you. Bug you. 2 days from now, I'll remember you mentioned bugs. Perhaps I'll turn you into one. A small, black, crawling bug, not unlike the kind I spear with a claw, crack like a nutshell, and feed to my serpent mate, Diptha. She loves to be bugged.
You gotta help me. You gotta save me. My life is in your hands. It's gonna turn me into a bug, a thing that crawls, and then it's gonna eat me. No. It's gonna give me to his wife, his snake lady, and she's gonna eat me. So you better help me, because if you don't, it's gonna be all over for me.
Why don't you twist off his head, Mr. Lancaster, sir?
I perceive that you must be seriously deranged to burst in here unannounced, Archie, with half my boys looking for you. That is, unless you have secreted somewhere on your scrofulous body the $165,000, including today's interest at 750%, that you have owed me for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days.
You gotta protect me, Mr. Lancaster.
I can do that, sir. I can twist off his head for you, Mr. Lancaster, sir.
Sit, Bork. Nino,
Before we have Gus and Bork reduce him to his component parts for shipment, would you be interested in hearing his tale of woe?
Calmly now, Archie. Tell us what seems to have unhinged you.
The 165 G's I got loaned from you, I needed it because I had to make this kind of deal with this demon. This thing with big teeth, he calls himself Volkerps.
A supernatural being.
Yeah, you got it. A creature of Stygian darkness, a denizen of the nether reaches, a monster from some nameless plane of witchcraft and horror. Yeah, you got it.
Bork, twist his head off.
I ain't making it up, Mr. Lancaster. Honest, I ain't making this up. That thing's after me. He's right off there in the alley.
Go on.
Well, we made this kind of deal, me and this Volkerps. See, he gives me all the winners at Pimlico, Aqueduct, Santa Anita, Hawthorne, Liberty Bell, and Maywood. All in the same day, see?
In exchange for?
First refusal option on 51% of my immortal soul.
Things must be worse in hell than we know. Your soul's gotta be pretty grungy and soiled, kid.
They said good help was hard to come by. He mentioned doing windows and floors. What do I know?
Then you'd be able to pay me back in full, including the crippling interest rate. And you'd finally manage to extricate yourself from the nasty, brutish life that distinguishes you.
Well, that's how I suppose it will be. Yeah, sure. And pigs will fly, eh? I mean, he gave me all the winners, all right. 20, 30, 42 of them. And I bet them all, and they won. Each and every one of them. Except a few of them, they had strokes, and they died as they crossed the finish line. And a bunch of them got disqualified because it was full of dope. And 11 of them got scratched for bumping in the stretch. And on and on and on like that. Oh, sure. They all came in first, all right. And I lost every cent I got for you, Mr. Lancaster. And that's why I've been ducking your collectors. And that's why this Mr. Volkerps is going to come and take me away and eat me if you don't protect me.
Why should I bother, even allowing that this fantasy has a basis in fact?
Well, $165,000 plus the interest for 4 months, including next week.
Miss Thorne is my accountant, Archie. She makes a strong case for your continued existence, despite its truly distinguished wretchedness.
Then you believe me?
I believe that I believe you believe it. As the most powerful underworld figure in this great metropolis, I have managed to make cohesive sense of the rackets. Now I grow bored. Ennui fills my days and nights. Save for the joys of my association with Miss Thorne, of course. You've bought yourself a momentary reprieve through dint of sheer imagination, Archie. I won't have Gus and Bork dissect you. I will assist you. Already I feel heroic. Now tell me, how did you even go about locating a demon in these conservative climes?
Well, this is woman I heard about. Supposed to have a strong in with the netherworld. I visited a couple of times. She set it up. I think she gets a commission.
I suggest we pay her a visit. Gus, the car if you please.
Try to hurry, dear. We have dinner with the mayor tonight.
You are the impressive Cassandra Fishbein, trafficker in the black arts?
I'm a beautician, beauty technician, and cosmetologist. I got a license.
Miss Fishbein, my name is Nino Lancaster. I'm a business associate of Mr. Lochner here. He advises me you served as a go-between, amanuensis, amicus curiae, for him and a, personage named Volkerps.
I'm calling a cop.
Probably not. Very likely in my employ in any case. I ask your assistance voluntarily. Or perhaps I could ask my employee, Mr. Chaucer, to persuade you.
Hey, who's
the hell are you? Look. I'm just a poor businesswoman trying to make an honest buck in a world of kids hot for purple hair and shaved heads.
Ah, yes. Business. Have you ever considered the range of unexpected tragedies that could befall an unwary coiffeuse, whose insurance premiums, no matter how exorbitant, would not cover the mysterious mixing of DDT with her shampoos? Or the inconvenience resulting from perhaps, all of a sudden, the truckers who schlep said wares from the distributors decide they've lost the bills of lading, and said goods wind up in Beirut? Or the constituted authorities suddenly get it into their heads to toss the businesswoman's apartment for illegal and noxious substances, which would, I'm sure, result in said authorities discovering nickel bags of such vegetation and powders stuck down in the pillows of a sofa? Pardon my complex syntax, but I imagine you get my drift.
Well, yeah, I set it up for this guy, but I'm just sort of a clearinghouse for a select few demons and soul traders of a very high quality. There's this quota of souls they have to make each year just to stay in good with the boss, and I'm sort of a canvasser, a scout, to steer likely prospects.
Excellent. Here, you will set up a meeting with Mr. Volkerps for us.
When?
Now.
You're out of your mind. This Volkerps has a very ugly personality. He'd think I'd turn him. Are you trying to get me snuffed?
Have you ever considered how cold and uncomfortable it is being hung upside down on a meat hook in a freezer?
By all the Majas of Solomon's court, by the three-eyed moon of Astaroth, I call thee, Volkerps, to come forth.
Cassandra, I smell betrayal.
No, honestly, they made me call you. Get him. Do it, almighty Volkerps. Waste him.
First things first, Cassandra. The little rat human, he has 2 days. But you... Next.
Do understand there? Pile! Pile!
What happened? Where's Nino?
I don't know. He's dead. He's gotta be dead. Volkerps came. Big. He was big and right there. He came straight from hell. He still stunk a rotten egg.
You left him? You ran?
He ran like hell. The thing just fricasseed the woman. Hit her with some kind of laser. It turned her into ashes like an old cigar.
Oh my God, Nino! Nino! All right. That means we have to consolidate our interests. Get the accounts transferred into the corporate name, begin amortizing the rolling stock, and make sure that none of the boys try to take over the territory.
Are you crazy? That thing's gonna fry us and eat us. It's coming!
Who's there?
Nino, open up.
You alone?
I said open the door, now.
Nino, honey, what happened? Can you walk?
Obviously.
Well, is your body burned?
Get away!
This is going to be a little more difficult than I thought.
I'm doomed. If you can't take him, what chance have I got?
I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was going to be a little more difficult than at first I thought.
How'd she get away?
I dazzled him with fancy footwork. Okay, let's get to it. Gus, Bark, go see Nuncio at the docks. Have him talk to our people at the ship fitting operation. Get me 100 gallons of lead paint.
What color, boss?
Doesn't matter.
Well, it comes in battleship gray, you know, which is like your standard color. Maybe we can get him to mix up a special batch in some nice pastel.
Quiet! I don't care what color. Get gray, get anything, but get me 100 gallons with the highest lead content they can find. Then spray the inside of this office. Ceiling, floor, walls, windows, every inch of it, every corner. Then do it all over again. And when you're done, do it 10 times more. While they're getting the paint, you keep an eye on Archie. I've got a long trip ahead of me.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just go and leave me here. Where you going? Where's he going?
Some things you don't want to know.
Is this gonna save me?
I am not at the pinnacle of my profession for nothing, Archie. We have to wait till midnight. He'll come at midnight. Anybody who wants to go, do it now. Not you, Archie.
Here's looking at you, kid.
I'll give you one chance.
What?
Cancel the contract with Archie. Give him about $1 million to make up for what he lost at the track. Go slime back to your pit, and I won't kick the crap out of you. Hazel, the door. Archie, the patch.
I'm bleeding. I'm actually losing pus, ichor, and lovely slime.
You lousy twerp. Enough is enough. Submit. I order you by the power of Asmodeus, Belphegor, Belial, and the Toad of Death, to suppress thyself. Submerge, submit, suppress. Get your miserable, ugly backside into the box, you twerp. You lousy punk. I've had some small experience in these matters.
Is that how you got away from him in the beauty shop?
Mm-hmm. He got me a little, but he couldn't get me very much.
I'll rend you. I'll savage you. I'll shred you. I'll suck your bones dry as death.
Listen, punk. You think you're the first slug from hell, all puffed up with hot air, who ever tried to muscle in on my operation? If you're wondering how I beat you, look around in there. You're small potatoes.
Papa? Papa, what are you doing in here?
You idiot. Oh, I know I shouldn't have left the family business in your inept claws. You're a fool.
Like father, like son.
You saved me. You saved me.
Yeah, I saved you. Now all you gotta do is make a deal with me. Business, Archie, is strictly business.
Oh, Archie. Poor Mr. Lochner. In that magical, mystical bookie parlor we call the Twilight Zone, there's an old, very old saying. Making a deal with a demon is seriously crazy, but making a deal with the master of demons, well, that's crazy as a soup sandwich.